Hey, what's up guys, it's Bridget. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having an awesome day. And today's video is going to be a review and first impressions of CopyCat Beauty, Bhad Bhabie, aka Danielle Bregoli, aka the Cash Me Outside girl from Dr. Phil's makeup line. So without any further ado, let's jump into the video. Alright guys, as always, all makeup on this channel is cruelty free, and so is this brand. Apparently, I could not find it anywhere on their site if they were, so I emailed their customer service. They said they're a cruelty free company, and then the next day, they added that to the banner of their website, so hey, making moves over here, making people change their banners, I guess. So today, we're going to try out their line. We have 3 brushes, a highlighter palette, and eyeshadow palette for you. Now, all of these things from CopyCat Beauty are dupes for really well-known products like Anastasia and Kat Von D products like the glow kits or eyeshadow palettes. So today we're going to try one of both, and they also have like a couple other things on the website too, but these are the juicy pieces that I wanted to try. They also blush up there, but that doesn't seem that exciting. So let's go ahead and get started. I do find it a little bit strange that Danielle Bregoli is the face of a makeup line. I don't think of makeup when I think of her, but can we appreciate the fact that she made a career out of a catch line? It's kind of impressive whether or not you like what she does. I don't know. The one thing, I mean, dupe things in general are weird because you're stealing someone else's whole concept and design and everything, which is really strange and like kind of iffy in the first place, like legally. But they're using Anastasia Beverly Hills logo on the front page of their website, saying that they dupe Anastasia products, but they put their logo in like the first picture on the screen. It's like, I don't know if Anastasia knows that or not, but it definitely seems like they're advertising Anastasia products, but they're not. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started and start trying these products out. Alright, so let's go ahead and try these things out. I even put my hair up for you, which I never do because that's what she does all the time, so I figured it'd match. So this is the Go2 Beauty Modern Fairytale instead of Modern Renaissance palette, and let's go ahead and see what it looks like. So this is the inside of the palette. It looks identical to the Modern Renaissance. Some of the colors are a lot more dull and less like vibrant than the real Anastasia one. But this is the fake version. And then let's compare it to the actual real Modern Renaissance palette. So we have the real one on the bottom and the fake one on the top. They look very similar. These pan sizes on the real one are slightly bigger, and the colors are more vibrant, but on camera it just gets kind of washed out by all this bright light. But maybe far away, maybe? They look really similar. Some of the shades are like kind of off, but overall like it's pretty dead on, except for the shade Buen Frisco, which is one of my favorite shades in the palette, is much lighter on the fake one. And yeah, I don't know, some of the oranges look slightly off too, but like as far as the reds, the colors they're pretty true to color. So let's go ahead and try out these brushes. We have 3 brushes here. We have a fan brush for the highlighter palette, and then we have 2 brushes. We have like a little shader brush and a blending brush. Here are our 3 brushes, the for use. The blending brush right here looks pretty nice. The shader brush is fine. It's a little less dense than I'd like for a shader brush, and this fan brush feels like absolute garbage. Like, it's so plasticky, it feels terrible. But like the blending brush I'm not mad about. I love blending brushes, so like this could actually really work. This one's just a little less dense than I like, but I still think it'll do a good job. But the fan brush is just an issue. So as always, I have a little bit of concealer on my lid before we start this to give these shadows the best chance of working. And let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and dip into this first shade right here with the shader brush and kind of set the crease area. We're going to leave the concealer on the lid alone. I'm just going to set it and see how these perform as far as like fallout and things like that. Also, these don't have names, but I will leave the name of the real Anastasia shade on the screen for you to compare. So right off the bat, there is a little bit of kickback in the pan, but I think there's more kickback in the real Modern Renaissance palette. It's just one of those things about Anastasia shadows. But, you know, overall, this is a fine shade. Also, I apologize for my voice sounding like this today. I'm a little bit under the weather, so I sound like an old man, kind of. Now let's get to the blending brush and chip into this shade right here, which is supposed to be Buen Frisco, but is a lot more dull. But let's just start buffing that over the crease to see how it goes. It picked up a lot on the brush, So I'm gonna give it a little tap. Okay, so I've dipped in multiple times now to this shade, and nothing's happening. Like, there's barely a difference between not having it up there at all. And I've dipped in 4 times now. The first time I tapped off the excess, and the rest I haven't. So this shade just does not work, which is the one shade in the palette that looked kind of off. So let's move on to another shade. Alright, so this shade was a little bit better. It's definitely not like Anastasia quality or anything, but you could definitely get the color to work over the crease. So next up, let's move on to this shade right here, which I think is the equivalent of Love Letter in the Anastasia palette, which is a really pretty berry tone. And I'm not going to keep tapping off the excess of these shades because they are just kind of dry. I'm just going to go straight in with it. I'm going to dip into these colors right here and start deepening up this eye look because it's just really light right now and I want it a little bit darker. So for the lid, I want to take this shade right here, which I think would be Vermeer in the Anastasia palette, and I'm going to put my finger into it. Looks pretty good. And I'm just going to put this all over the lid. And we'll go back into the blending brush and kind of blend the crease to make it match. But I just want to see how this performed. It's not bad. The shimmer is actually kind of nice. It's not like as reflective or metallic looking as the real Anastasia shimmer, but it's kind of pretty. So cleaned off the shader brush, and now I'm going to the lower lash line using this kind of mustardy yellow shade in the palette. And just brush that under the lower lash line. Alright, so this is the finished look with the eyeshadow. I'm going to finish up my face and we'll be right back to try out the highlighter palette. Alright, so I'm back and let's try out the highlighter palette. Ooh, I like the packaging. It's all hollow. This is Go To Beauty, the Beach Glow palette. Another dupe for an Anastasia product. So let's open it up and this is what it looks like. Besides the very distracting holographic pretty packaging, it looks okay. It looks like a nice yellow, like 2 orange, kind of a peachy, and then a pink highlighter. So let's try them out. I'm going to take the fan brush that I bought from them, and I'm going to dip into the yellow shade first, just to see. The brush isn't really picking up much in here. So let's just try it. Let's mix these 2 shades together. A little bit. Now I'm mixing all 4 of the shades together. Okay, you know what? I think it's this really crappy brush, so I'm gonna go get my regular highlighting brush and we'll see how that does over this plastic piece of crap. Alright, so I grabbed a high-end highlighting brush. This is the Sigma F03. Yeah, that's not doing it for me. So let's go back into the yellow and the peachy. That's so much better. Please don't buy that highlighting brush if you buy any of these products. This highlighting brush is so bad. This looks so much better. I'm just dipping into these 2 shades and I'm dipping into these 2 and I'll mix a little bit of the pink in there too. So, with the different shades in this highlighting palette, they all come off as just kind of the same. Like, that's why I'm not scared of mixing even the darker shades on my skin tone, because they all kind of look the same. But overall, like, I'm not mad at the highlighter. The brush, hate, but the highlighter itself, that looks really pretty. Alright guys, so this is the finished look using the CopyCat beauty products in affiliation, influence, collaborated, created by Bhad Bhabie. I don't know what the deal is with that situation. Either way, let's talk about my thoughts on the product. The highlighter palette, first of all, I love it. I think it's really nice. There's a bunch of fallout in the pan, and all the colors kind of come off the same on the face. But I think it's still like a really pretty highlighter palette. As far as the Modern Renaissance dupe eyeshadow palette, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think you should pick it up. Yeah, we kind of got a pretty look out of it, but it took a lot of building up and there's a lot of colors in my eyes for it to look this simple and this kind of dull. So there are a lot of other companies that dupe Anastasia and everybody else's products, like Makeup Revolution has better quality shadows than this does. The Makeup Revolution might even be cheaper. So I'm not sure. Not a fan of the eyeshadows whatsoever. But the highlighter palette is super pretty. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you want to check it out, I will leave the CopyCat Beauty website link down below. I do like the brushes. I think the brushes were pretty good, except for the fan brush. So if you want to pick up a blending brush or two, pretty good deal on those because it worked pretty well. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you want to subscribe before you leave, I'd really appreciate it. And thank you guys so much. I'll see you later. Bye.